Hey people, what's up? Been a little busy today. As you know, my sister was over and my brother-in-law and the three kids. So I was busy all day cleaning up and keeping them amused with games like Candyland and all that kind of stuff. So they left around 9 o'clock and I had a little time to, just look at some videos and read some comments. And when they come over, I just start to, it reinforces the fact why I'm on YouTube. You know, it reinforces of the ones that are awake and the ones that are still asleep. And when I say asleep, I'm referring to my family, which I really don't engage with anymore as far as conversation. But after watching that video by, that video I had by Kalia, um, I really, I want to say something about that video. Now, I don't know if there's a 100% guarantee that what he says is true, but I will say this. Um, if a total disclosure were to happen, like tomorrow, or an event like something from Independence Day would happen, and I don't mean the destruction part, I'm just saying the, like motherships going over the earth, and there'll be no doubt in anyone's mind if we're alone or not in the universe. There are those of us who would just take that event and look at it as a glorious thing, an amazing event, that we actually lived through this and saw it in our lifetime. As like I would, I would just actually probably look at the TV, and probably the first thing in my mind is I'd probably want to jump in my car and just try and get as close to the event as possible. Of course, once I find out they're benevolent, you know, as long as they're not blowing up buildings and stuff like we see in these sci-fi movies, which I'm sure won't happen. Um, but I'd be very, very excited. Now, this falls into the category of being awake. Those of us who are awake, this event would shock us in the least. Because we always knew that there was something out there and something's coming, and everything we've been taught and everything we've been told was a total lie. Our government lied to us. They've always been lying to us. They've been hiding the truth, and we know that. So now we would just accept the fact that they will lie to us, and we would just look at this event as a stupendous day. Really, a stupendous day. Um, Now, there are, of course, those people that aren't awake who hung on to their Bibles and the teachings that the people around them taught them, that we're the only living, intelligent beings in the universe. There's nothing out there, nothing else out there. In the whole entire universe, there's not one speck of intelligent life. There's no way in the world that they could get here from where they are, because by our technology, it's impossible. Which makes absolutely no sense, by the way, if you think about it. And that's like saying, if you go back 5,000 years ago, you would tell somebody, oh, I can get you to Florida in 2 hours if you live in New York, and they would say, that's impossible. And you'd say, why is that impossible? You'd say, well, that's impossible because we can only go around 3 miles an hour on horse. You can only go by horse and buggy. Can't get there. It's impossible. And you have to explain to them, well, yes, but we have an invention now called the jet airplane, and this thing can travel over 600 miles an hour, and so that's why that thinking is stupid. It's impossible to get from one star system to the other, because we know for a fact that you can't go faster than the speed of light. So, yeah, we know for a fact. So, and I also think that these people that aren't awake, I think it'll have to take another major event. If it's not ET disclosure or UFO disclosure, it would have to take a major disaster, such as the one, unfortunately, happened in Japan, to happen on the U.S. coast, like California, or maybe a meteor strike, or maybe something even biblical, you know, to wake people up. And that's just my view on it. Now, with that said, I want to say that I say a lot of times in my videos you have to get canned water, canned food and water. But I also think, the more I think about it, I think the more important it is to make sure you're fully protected. When I say protected, I don't mean protected against the people that are awake. I mean protected against the people that were not awake and just woke up after the event happened. Because what's going to happen, folks, and this is my true belief system, what's going to happen, folks, is the people that were not awake, this is the scenario I see playing out. First, I see shock. People are just going to be in disbelief. Now, this can't happen. This can't be happening. Like, almost like when you go through the stages of death. First is denial, and then acceptance, and then you get mad, and well, you know what I mean, the stages. Well, I think what's going to happen is first going to be denial. Totally deny. These people are going to deny the fact. This is a hoax. This isn't real. Can't happen. This can't be happening. And then they're going to realize it is happening, and they're going to realize very quickly everything they've been taught, whether you're Jewish, whether you're Catholic, whether you're Christian, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Buddhist, whatever you are, they're going to realize everything they lived their whole life was a lie. The whole thing was just one big lie, or a misinterpretation of what they thought to be the truth. So let's say you're Jewish, and you start to realize turning a light on Saturday was not that important, It didn't really have any bearing on your life, It didn't really change anything because the whole thing was just a story, Just a story passed down that you're not allowed to turn on a light on Saturday, or crazy stuff like that. So these people are just going to be freaking out, just freaking out, and these are the people you need protection against, because usually when people freak out from either it's a disaster or a worldwide calamity, what they probably do is go into panic mode, and that's what you see in most times when a blackout happens. You see these people, they take advantage of a situation and a blackout happens and they panic because they think there's not going to be enough water, there's not going to be enough food, there's not going to be enough this, there's not going to be enough that. And you have people, of course, taking advantage of the situation of just pure greed. They see an opportunity to steal and murder and rob, and they'll do that too. And that's what I see happening when these events that are coming up, whether they take the form of a natural disaster from the sun, an earthquake, a tsunami, alien invasion, anything. You just pick your poison. Those of us who are awake are going to just take a look at our supplies. They're going to say, okay, we prepared for this. We knew this was coming. We are ready. And we're going to try and survive the best we can. And those of you who aren't awake are going to be, what now? What do I do? You're going to first run into the supermarket, and you're going to find, like most of the Japanese people found, bare shelves, and then panic sets in. Then you're going to have panic. And that's the people you have to protect yourself against. And that's just my opinion, guys. So, you guys can flame me and say whatever you want, but that's the scenario I see playing out. And every time my sister and her husband and the kids come over, I always think about that. What is it going to be like for these people? What is it going to be like for these type of people that have not woken up yet? What will happen to them? What will my sister say to me? What will be the conversation she says? She's probably going to be in total panic. And I'm going to be as calm as a cucumber saying to her, I told you so. You should have prepared. I told you so. And I really don't know what I'm going to say to her or what I'm going to do. But I will say this to all those people who have family members that aren't awake, and that aren't waking up, don't engage in conversation with them, because it only ends up in a altercation, as I found out in the past. Don't carry on conversation with them about anything that's conflicting of their belief system. They'll wake up in due time, but by the time they wake up, it'll be too late. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I don't want to keep on ranting, but being I had my sister and husband over always makes me remember about the people that's still not awake. Anyway, guys, take it easy. Talk to you tomorrow. And be well.